Picture this: a prestigious charity event, a reputable prince, and a ticking clock. The stage was set for an evening of philanthropy and nobility, but a shadow loomed ominously in the backdrop. It was 20 minutes before Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, was scheduled to grace the event with his presence. The air was charged with anticipation, the guests were eagerly awaiting their royal guest, and the security team was on high alert. But they were about to make an unsettling discovery. In an unassuming hotel toilet, a woman was found hiding, lying in wait. This was no ordinary guest who'd lost her way, but a stalker known to the prince's security team. It was a chilling discovery that sent a ripple of alarm through the security detail. One can only imagine the flurry of activity that must have ensued, the quick decisions made, and the swift actions taken to neutralize the potential threat. The security team sprang into action, their training kicking in. Each second was crucial, each decision potentially life-altering. They had to act quickly, efficiently, and discreetly. They had to ensure the safety of Prince Harry without causing a scene that could potentially disrupt the event and cause panic among the guests. And act they did. The woman was promptly removed from the premises, the potential threat averted. The security team had managed to defuse a potentially volatile situation with commendable professionalism and efficiency. But even as the immediate threat was neutralized, a lingering sense of unease remained. The woman was known to the security team for a reason. She was a persistent shadow that had followed Prince Harry and Meghan Sussex in the past, a spectre that refused to fade away. In the nick of time, the threat was identified, but the danger was far from over. The incident was a stark reminder of the constant vigilance required when it comes to the safety of public figures, a testament to the unseen threats they face, and a prelude to a series of events that would continue to unfold. It's not always that lightning strikes twice, but for Harry, it was a close call yet again. Just 2 days after the initial encounter, the same woman reappeared, this time at the Imperial College's Centre for Blast Injury Studies in West London. It was here, in the heart of an esteemed educational institution, that the Duke was once again confronted by the persistent threat. The woman, who had managed to evade the watchful eyes of Harry's private security team, was found lurking in the shadows. It was a chilling echo of the previous incident, a stark reminder of the ongoing danger. Despite the seriousness of the situation, there was no police presence to be found, leaving Harry's safety in the hands of his staff. These dedicated individuals, who are more accustomed to managing schedules and handling paperwork, found themselves thrust into the role of bodyguards. They had to physically intervene, placing themselves between the woman and the Duke, effectively body-blocking her from getting too close. It was a tense situation, a standoff between the staff and the stalker, with Harry's safety hanging in the balance. The staff rose to the occasion, proving themselves to be more than just employees. They were protectors, stepping up in a moment of crisis to shield the Duke from potential harm. But while their actions were commendable, it raised a question that couldn't be ignored. How long could this continue? The absence of police protection was glaring. The reliance on staff for Harry's safety was not a sustainable solution. It was a band-aid on a wound that required stitches. The situation begged for a more robust security plan, one that could effectively neutralize the threat and ensure Harry's safety in the long run. Once again, the staff stepped up, but the question remained, how long could this continue? The need for a more comprehensive security strategy was clear. But until a solution could be found, the Duke was left to navigate the murky waters of security threats, relying on the bravery and quick thinking of his staff. A familiar face in a crowd can be comforting, but not when it's an unwanted one. The woman who has persistently trailed Prince Harry is no stranger to his security team. She is what they call a fixated individual, a term used for someone who shows an obsessive interest in a public figure. And, in this case, her fixation is on none other than Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Sussex. This woman's history of following Harry and Meghan is not a recent development. It stretches back to their visit to Nigeria in May, where she was spotted lurking in the shadows, tracking their every move. She's been a consistent presence at their public appearances, blending into the crowd with a watchful eye, always a few steps behind. But who is this woman who's been relentlessly pursuing the couple? It's believed she struggles with mental health issues, which could potentially explain her obsessive behavior. However, her mental health condition does not absolve her actions. Her relentless pursuit of the couple poses a serious threat to their safety and well-being. Her presence raises a myriad of questions, not least of which is how she continually manages to evade the security measures in place. It's clear that she's cunning, able to blend in and remain unnoticed until the last moment. It's a chilling reminder of the lengths some will go to infringe upon the privacy and safety of others, especially public figures. Her status as a fixated individual indicates that she's been on the radar of Harry's private security team for some time. The team has been vigilant, always on the lookout for her at every event, ready to intervene when necessary. With a history of relentless pursuit, the situation was more than just a random security breach. This woman, armed with determination and an unhealthy obsession, has proven to be a persistent threat to Prince Harry and Meghan Sussex. In the world of royalty, protection is a given, but for Harry, it was a privilege he had to fight for. Delving into the intricacies of this legal challenge, Prince Harry had sought automatic police protection, a service traditionally provided to working members of the royal family. His unique status, however, as a non-working royal, posed a significant hurdle. He had stepped away from official duties, choosing a life of greater independence with Meghan Sussex. But this independence came with unanticipated challenges. The law, often a cold and indifferent arbiter, did not bend to accommodate his unusual position. The court's ruling was clear and unequivocal. Automatic police protection would not be extended to non-working royals, regardless of their previous roles or public visibility. This ruling was a bitter pill for Harry to swallow, a stark reminder of the consequences of his decision to step away from royal duties. It was a decision that was not made lightly, but it left him in a precarious position. The absence of automatic police protection meant that Harry's safety was now primarily reliant on private security measures. These private teams, though highly skilled, don't have the same level of resources or authority as the police. They could only do so much when faced with persistent threats, like the woman who had been stalking Harry. It's worth noting that this legal challenge wasn't just about Harry's personal safety. It was also about the safety of Meghan and their children. Their well-being was, and continues to be, Harry's primary concern. The court's decision, therefore, had far-reaching implications, extending beyond the immediate threat of a single stalker. The loss of automatic police protection was a glaring reminder of the risks they now faced. Harry, Meghan, and their children had to navigate a world where their safety was not guaranteed, a world where they had to rely on private measures to ensure their protection. With no automatic police protection, Harry's safety was now in the hands of his private security. Behind the glitz and glamour of royalty lies a stark reality of risk and danger. As we unravel the layers of this recent security scare involving Prince Harry, we're forced to confront the all-too-real implications for public figures, especially those who, like Harry, operate outside the sphere of official royal duties. In a world where the line between public and private life is increasingly blurred, the risks they face are far from abstract. For these individuals, every public event, every charity function, every educational visit, essentially every moment spent in the public eye, holds the potential for danger. It's not just about the possibility of a security breach, but the reality of living under constant scrutiny, with the potential for a threat to emerge from the most unexpected corners. The incident also underscores the importance of effective security measures. It's not just about protection from physical harm. It's about ensuring that public figures can carry out their work, engage with their communities, and lead their lives without the constant fear of intrusion or harm. Private security teams play a critical role in this, but as Harry's case shows, they face enormous challenges. Harry's situation is further complicated by the fact that he doesn't have automatic police protection, a privilege he lost when he chose to step back from his royal duties. This means he's heavily reliant on his private security team, which, while highly competent, may not always have access to the same resources and intelligence as a state-backed entity. Moreover, this incident brings into sharp focus the mental health aspect. The individual involved in this security scare is believed to have mental health issues. This adds another layer of complexity to the matter. one that necessitates a nuanced, compassionate response. As the dust settles on this incident, it leaves behind a chilling reminder of the threats public figures face in their daily lives. It's a reality that, while often hidden behind the glitz and glamour, is an integral part of their existence.